it's thanks to our sponsors that Property Tribes remains a free-to-use community resource. So I'm delighted to welcome a new sponsor. It's Endsleigh Insurance, sponsors of the Student Accommodation Tribe, and I'm joined by Marcus from Endsleigh. So welcome, Marcus.
Hi, Vanessa.
Now, Endsleigh, very well-known name in insurance. Just give us a little potted history of the company.
Yes, sure. So we were actually started back in the 1960s by the National Union of Students. So this was at a time when it was very difficult and quite expensive for students to get insurance from mainstream companies. So the NUS set up Endsleigh with a view to solving that problem. So we've grown quite a bit since then, but we are the leading insurer in the education sector. We're now a wholly owned subsidiary of Zurich, but to this day, we've still retained our relationships with the NUS. Our roots are very much in that sector, and we actually have the NUS president still sitting on Endsleigh's board of directors to this day. So we are very much connected to student and education.
Indeed, and sort of partnering with Property Tribes is one of several initiatives that you're looking to be part of the landlord education process.
Absolutely, yes. So, I mean, we hold relationships with a number of partners in the market. We work with a lot of student unions, student accommodation providers, and a number of regional and national accreditation bodies with a view to really raising the awareness and education of good practices for landlords and what it really means to manage and run quality properties for tenants.
Now, what you're hoping that Property Tribes can help you draw attention to is your very specific, specialised offering for student landlords, or landlords of student properties, should we say. So why do they need extra special coverage?
Well, students tend to have slightly different circumstances as tenants. So, for example, we've tailored our product to really fit around the needs of landlords that are letting their properties to students. One of the enhancements we've made is to extend the unoccupancy cover to 120 days, because typically students will go home over the summer month and thus leave their properties that they're renting from their landlords empty. We've also made a couple of other enhancements as well around getting the tenants access to services when they need it most. So, for example, if there's an emergency, we'll guarantee that we'll send somebody round to that property to make it within 2 hours. So if there's a break-in, smash window, somebody's kicked the door down, etc., we'll have an engineer at that property within 2 hours, making it secure.
Well, that sounds fantastic, but particularly for landlords that don't necessarily live very close to their properties, it's kind of like an extra level of service, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of our landlords don't actually live in the same town as their properties. We actually have quite a portion of our landlords who live abroad. So getting access to these sort of services quickly and making their property secure is a really important point for most of our customers.
Now, I think insurance is a bit like the inventory. It's one of those things that landlords don't really value until the day comes in their landlord career when they need it. And then suddenly, and I'm speaking from experience, you go, phew, thank God I had that. So that's a message that we really want to get across through Property Tribes, and working with you, Marcus, is that it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Absolutely, quite right. Most people only really judge their insurer when it comes to making a claim, and as we know, the vast majority of people never get to claim, which is obviously a good thing, but you know, we want to make sure that our product and our services is absolutely delivering when it's needed most by the landlord and the tenant.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for joining as a partner of Property Tribes and supporting our community. And we're very excited to be working with Endsleigh, such a good name, such a respected and trusted brand. And hopefully we can share some more landlord education together in the future.
Absolutely, yes. We're just launching our new hub, actually, which is really designed to be a centerpiece of information, support and advice for landlords, giving them information on all things that are relevant to them when renting properties, both to students and to regular professional social housing tenants as well. So we're looking forward to working with you and a number of other partners as well on getting this education out to landlords.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Marcus. And if you're in the market for landlord insurance for a student property, then please do consider working with Endsleigh, as we thank them for their support of keeping Property Tribes as a free-to-use community resource. Great working with you, Marcus. Look forward to more.
You too, Vanessa. Thank you.
Thank you.